Hey guys, I'm back on our market update, so let's get started. I'm gonna go through the booster boxes quickly because I want to get to Prismatic. But Rebel Clash kind of recovered. There was that really cheap boxer sale a few days ago for that one seller, and that finally sold. So now we're back at about 250, or the seller moved it. I'm not really sure. Um, Evolving Skies continues to go down. Yeah, it was. Let's look at the general trend. Like it's had hoverings between in the 1200s to 1400s. At the high around um, mid January, it was around 1500, and then it went down. It kind of had this really big drop. Well, depending on your context, but like more than not dropping like at all. So yeah, it goes down like over $100. Then it goes down another 27. It goes down another 50. Like those are not insignificant drops, at least in the short term. And it recovers back to 1330, so that's up like 80, and then up 34, and then up like I don't know, $50 or $60, and then yeah, it kind of stays around 1400 for a while, and now it's like kind of back in the 1350s. So yeah, we're in that kind of swing. Like we've seen up and downs before. Let me guess if I look at the 3 month shows, yeah, there's less being sold, which I already knew was happening in January. January's been a slower month. Like generally, people have been buying less, but people people have been still buying. It's not as bad as this whole big gap here, but there's still sales, I guess. So I guess we'll just continue seeing like prices go up and down. But I mean, if you look at it, like if these sellers sell out, then it's already back up to about 1400, or at least these. So, uh, but yeah, I think patience is the key basically. And for Astral Radiance, not a huge decrease, but it just went down about like $6. Astral Radiance has been pretty stagnant around the 230s and 240s for a really long time. You see like 250s, 240s, 230s, like higher 230s, and it's been like 234 for a while. And then there was that like really cheap box listing, and now it's 230, but now it's kind of. This is the first time I've seen a two like 320 or 220. I keep saying hundreds number wrong, but yeah, it hasn't been below 230 ever since like the fifth. So yeah, Astral Radiance is it's been kind of struggling a little bit. It's only 81 boxes though, so it's not bad. But people are buying like other day, every day to every other day, somewhere around there. Okay, next. SC base has gone up a little bit, so 147. I told you guys, yeah, it wasn't that price since around the 21st or 23rd. And yeah, I told you that we're seeing a slightly, you see the bars are slightly higher here, so these are like 10 to 14 boxes versus it's usually more like 5 to 9 boxes most days. So there's just been this little increase in demand the last couple of days. So it's just one of the boxes everyone's looking out for because it's just kind of cheap, and there's no way, like there's no Pokemon Center to drive the price down. Paldea went down a little bit. I think it's more of a price correction. Uh, but yeah, there's been fewer boxes bought in the last couple of days, so that contributes to it. Obsidian, I didn't log Obsidian, but I think I did see just a little spike yesterday in demand. Usually it's like 5 to 10 items sold, and yesterday was 15. So, and then Paradox went down a little bit, back to 152. It's been kind of oscillating around there. Um, and then Twilight has went back down below 180. Although if I look at the listings, there's only like It's only like a couple of box. I mean, I guess that's 10 boxes. That's more than a couple. But this is like 180. But yeah, it's kind of going up and down. But there were more boxes sold yesterday than normal. But I guess there is a spike every now and then. But yeah, that makes Twilight the fourth most expensive box because Obsidian was like 179.99, and then Twilight is 179. So like it's I never would imagine Obsidian and Twilight to be around the same price. So, but yeah, Twilight's the one that it kind of went up really fast, and then it's having like issues, and Obsidian's the one that was a late bloomer, but after that it's like pretty strong. Surging Sparks is back down a little bit below 250. No major thing or whatever, but it's such a hot set that I like to track the even minor differences. But yeah, it was hasn't been in the 240s since the 25th. All right, so Prismatic, which I want to get to first. So I think we're finally starting to see signs of a more I don't know how to say it like there's been signs of recovery or like non stagnation, but this has been like a stronger sign of recovery. I guess I'll phrase it that way because I don't really know the right wording. But okay, so this is what I mean. So I mean the ETBs it went down $1. That's not too insignificant. But the first thing I noticed was because I like to look at demand. Um, demand is like okayish for the. I mean, it's a little lower. I think if you look at the bars, generally go down a little bit. So like or at least the amount being bought is a little lower. But and then the PCTBs, there's like very it's like the ETBs are slowing down. Like there's not as many PCTBs being sold. Only two or three sold each day compared to like here. So you see that little trickle down of the bars over time. Okay, and this is what I started noticing. Like I started noticing the pack quantity being bought has increased to about like 400 or 500 a day. And like you guys know, like packs have to come from somewhere. Like they don't just sell loose packs, as far as I know. So most people selling these things are just opening things up like poster boxes or whatever. Honestly, these make perfect sense because like for the longest time, uh if you look at the price per pack, there's always a 3 pack something that was cheaper than the pack price. Like over here, yesterday I could have gone the Glaceon and Leafeon tax, and if I were like they would sell for this much, but I could just sell the loose packs for higher, and it's probably cost less to ship. So why wouldn't I just ship them? Obviously, like shipping costs, someone just buys 1 pack. I guess that's not really worth the difference. But yeah, in theory, we sold enough packs or high enough quantities. Actually, I want to know how many packs are people buying each time. So yeah, there's some people who buy like 1 pack, but a large majority of people they buy at least 3 packs. So those are ones. That's a two. It's two. That's a 10. Like it might even out in the long run. I'm not really sure. There's 20. It's 5. 42, 36. Like packs are interesting because I know ripper shippers exist. So and some people do say minimum 5 packs. But yeah, there's a lot of people who just buy a bunch of packs. Honestly, I feel like it's just a laziness kind of thing, or maybe wanting to save on paper. That's why pack prices are higher. But today we're finally starting to see that I think almost everything except for one of the 3 pack things, the Leafeon tax, are are more expensive than the loose pack price, which is more. It makes more sense because sealed products is usually worth more. But we haven't been seeing that for Prismatic. There's always been like a couple items. Um, so yeah, we're seeing a stronger kind of we're seeing stronger prices basically, um, and it will affect all the other prices. So I think it's really connected to a couple of things. I don't know like if any one of them is like bigger than the like which one's the most significant, but I think rip and shippers are starting to dry out. Like they've opened up a lot of the packs, and so like they had to keep coming back for more packs, and Like since packs are kind of just a laziness thing, like it's just easier to just buy a bunch of packs instead of just buying these other things. Also, like I want to just look. Okay, so like today, if I bought the Leafeon tech, which is the cheapest one, I want to know how many I can actually buy because there's kind of a there's only gonna be so many selling at that price. So yeah, I see a bunch of them at the 32 mark, and then afterwards you get to 34. I think 34 divided by 3 is 1133. So once I get to page 2, uh, where? Once I get to page 2, then that means I've already crossed how much loose pack costs. So how many is that? That's 30. That's 34 boxes. So there's 34 boxes available right now that are cheaper than the loose pack price, and that's not really. It's only like 100. Um, it's only like 100 packs, and the loose pack price is really selling at that many per day. I guess it does make more sense for like I do see prices just increasing at this point. We are about to hit the February 7th day, which is where the surprise box comes out, the mini tins and the booster bundles, which a lot of people have already gotten their orders. Um, but people don't expect the surprise box and mini tins to affect pack prices much because like there are more collection items. Like you don't want to just open them for packs, and ripper shippers aren't going to open them for packs. Open them for promos and stuff. And then the booster bundles, like I've heard like people don't think it will make as much of a dent at this point, and so there's just like sentiment changing. Oh, prices are recovering. Don't sell like as much as you can. Like hold a little bit more. But yeah, we are seeing like actual from the data like more signs of recovery. And then, I have the guesses of like rip and shippers and all that. But yeah, the it's clear that the pack floor has increased. So yeah, I've been kind of waiting for that, and I guess it is early February, and honestly, I was a little worried, but I did say I think things will recover a little bit by early February, so I'm glad that I wasn't totally wrong on that. ETBs are still kind of down, um, but yeah, the pack prices are showing like we're seeing more solid um demand things. Okay, I'll go back to the normal order. So Crown Zenith, I'm seeing a ton of CN Sky being bought. The prices are like exactly the same as yesterday. But yeah, like you see this big chunk over here. Like and there's like 71 being bought. So just to look at the price per pack again. So CN Sky is just slightly more expensive than the like by 3 cents. So okay, let's see. 3.87 times 14. 0.0387. So they cost you like 54 more cents per loose pack, and you get other stuff in it. So and then you can probably you're basically paying like 50 more cents for the promos. And I think if you're on a rip and ship, it might be worth it because you get those promos as gifts or whatever. Like I think those singles cards are worth more. So and also some people who just want Sea and Sky to keep it, like they probably will do that. But yeah, I'm seeing even though the loose pack price is about the same price, CN Sky is still selling for a lot. So yeah, I had someone who wanted to buy some CN Sky for me. I have like a couple of boxes left, and I was like thinking, Crown Zenith is not as cheap anymore. It's kind of really it's a little shocking how fast it recovered because before I said it was like really really cheap. Let's see, when did I see the $6? It was on the 29th, so that was about a week ago. A week ago, I was like worried that they just flushed Crown Zenith. They add so much and they made the price still drop so much. But it's actually I feel like it feels stronger now. Because I think after that wave, people got more attention to it. And I think it's a really good set for rip and ships. All right, so 151. The binder collection is still going crazy. I've never seen this before. Like such consistent price growth every day. It's at 169, something like that. Yeah, 168. So basically 169. So yeah, that's another. So that's 169 divided by 114. That's wait, no 114. That is pretty much 50% growth in about a week. Yeah, I know, and they are selling every day. Like it's so many factors. It's like you don't see booster boxes like this anymore. Like a lot of the social booster boxes aren't going up because people are not buying every day, but people are buying every day. It is slowing down a little bit, and there's only so much available. I think there's less binders available than a lot of the booster boxes. Like it's crazy how scarce this is. But this is one, two, three, five, seven, seven, nine. So there's 13. I don't remember how many there were yesterday. Although a lot of these aren't like as serious listings. Like even if I take these away, I feel like there's only like 8 listings available. So it's like you can choose any price you want. That's the kind of market it is. Uh, UPCs, no, these ETPs went down very little. The pack price and okay, so two things. The Alakazam box stock offer has jumped another dollar, and it's like the highest I've ever seen it. So it's just like a new high for me. So that's why I'm kind of tracking it. Usually it's been like in the high 40s, mid high 40s, and then it broke to 52, now 53, now 54. So that's been interesting for me. And the packs, there's something with the packs. Oh, yeah, it seems like the packs are still selling pretty strong. I might want to do because you're seeing like a bunch of bars that are higher, a lot more closer together versus you don't see that as often in the past history. So that there's been like more being bought. I feel like it might actually be about the same. It's a little hard to judge. And but I know this is also really popular with shippers. People love opening 151. And the bundles have a more clear like you see from the 23rd onward. There's a much more bought. I think it's because when I see the restocks, the only 151 item I see restocked is the bundles most for the most part. So it just makes sense that more people are buying these. Price per pack, I'm not really sure if that makes sense though. Price per pack is not bad. It's like $11. I think people prefer the bundles and loose packs sometimes. Okay. And then during together, um, there's not. I don't really see that much significant change. I do still see like the enhanced booster box selling for more. Especially some people probably aren't listing as enhanced. But let's just go through some of these. So this is pretty expensive Pokemon starting to be at like 235, 240. Usually it's like 200. This is two of them, so like this is a little cheaper because that's like 175 each. Um, this is like a $200 booster box, kind of normal. This is an ETB. That's pretty expensive for ETB. Um, Usually it's like 100 or 90. That's like 130. I don't know what this is. This is like way too low to be anything. 195. That's kind of low, but not too low. 210 is kind of normal. 195 is kind of normal. Uh, this is really expensive. This is like 260. Yeah, this is one of the enhanced ones. See, it's like 240. I guess 240 is kind of it's just at least like the enhanced booster boxes seem to at least get the upper end of the spectrum. Which, if you live in the U.S., that's crazy because that's pretty much means you can sell for like so much more than MSRP compared to like places in Europe. And in Battle Partners, sometimes I'll see they have some case things. This is like $100 a booster box. But it seems like I do see um, some like 90s to 95s. This has no shrink wrap. That's something that for those who don't know, Pokemon will do that. I think it's Pokemon Center if I'm not mistaken, or some. But there's some places that if you buy the Japanese booster boxes, they don't do the shrink wrap because they want to discourage you to resell it. Uh, it doesn't mean that you can like it's open though because there's still like a seal that you have to open, like a cardboard seal. So yeah, because I actually bought one once, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I can't just replace the packs, but it is easier to replace the packs than probably the other one. But yeah, people don't trust those as much. This has no strength, so I'm seeing more no strength. Um, Actually, this has wuss strength, and this has no strength, so I'm seeing more no strength boxes being sold. Yeah, this is a no strength, or maybe I just never noticed that. But yeah, there's not that huge of a difference. But all right, that's it for today's video. It's probably pretty long. Thanks, guys. Bye.